Okay, so you're going to go and ask your partner's question just around here. You don't have to go all the way back out to your solo site, but you're going to use the yang approach. So you're going to, this is all just experimentation. Like, try it. This is like playing. You don't need to feel like, unless you get it right, you've failed. So remember that, staying playful. So we're going to experiment trying with the yang approach, which is I'm going to go and pick a being of nature to ask this question of and with. So when you get there, do the ask permission thing, like, is it okay for me to ask this question? Are you willing to like help me with an answer? And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your partner's question to mind. So you're going to explain to that being of nature, I'm here to ask a question for my partner. So you can even say their name. And then pass over the question to the being of nature. And after you've passed it, try to be totally clear and still. And then just pay attention to what you get back and how you get it back. So it could be a sensation in the body, an image, sometimes words, but not necessarily. Sometimes it might even be like if I'm looking at like the bark on a tree, I'm suddenly really drawn to like one little pattern, and then I'm like, oh, well, what's that? What could that mean? And so sometimes it might be a little bit of a multi-step kind of process. But as soon as you've found something that has some form of meaning, even if it doesn't make sense to you, like you may not have any idea like how this is relevant to the person, but first impression, best impression. Remember that. You don't need to sit at the tree asking 20 different ways for 20 minutes. It's like this literally should be like a few minutes and we'll all be back. So first impression, best impression, be playful, see what comes to mind. Your solo time challenge is to ask your own question for yourself. It doesn't need to be like about you specifically, but it can be about, you know, the project you're working on or what you're trying to make sense of in the world. But you're taking that to your solo site and practice this time like the yin approach of all the beings of nature in your site, which one wants to give you the answer. So you can just try a different little way of doing it. But otherwise it's a similar kind of deal. Find the question and intention in your heart, release it to the being in some way, make yourself very clear and listen for what comes back. Listening with all the senses. Make sense? And then if you get your answer like quickly, you can do whatever you like. If you're still struggling with that like immediate question response thing, you can also try the asking it to dream you. So it's the afternoon, you might feel a little bit like a nap. So you can go into like a semi kind of sleep state, but with the intention that this being is going to dream you. So it's going to be creating what the dream-like images, thoughts that you have are. It's quite fun. Try to also like get into a state of connection with that being first. So practice, using those experiential fields, maybe Qigong, maybe doing some reciprocal breathing, whatever's really resonated with you. And then when you feel a good connection with that being of nature, then you can ask it your question or ask it to dream your response as well.